Rescuers dig out missing boy and elderly couple buried alive under snow as a huge avalanche destroys homes. Rescuers successfully dug out an 8-year-old boy and an elderly couple who were buried alive under snow after a huge avalanche hit a street in Missoula, Montana, on Friday afternoon. The Missoulian reported that at least 50 people raced to the disaster zone at around 4 p.m. MT and frantically shoveled for missing victims. When snow slipped down a gully into the town, which sits at the base of the 4,700-foot Mount Jumbo. The child was pulled from the debris of a destroyed home around an hour later and he is alive in hospital. An hour later, the next survivor was rescued from the snow. The Missoulian identified the man, who was found alive and responsive in a completely ruined house, as Fred Allendorf, a retired professor at the University of Montana. Authorities and rescuers working by flashlight, then pulled out his wife, who was also alive, at around 7:15. The risk of a second avalanche is currently being assessed. Witnesses told the paper that there was a loud boom when the snow rushed into the street. Local resident Cheryl McMillan explained that she couldn't identify the noise at first. That soon became clear. Then, when we looked again, we saw that their whole house was kind of no longer there, at least the top floor, McMillan said. The snow that caused this incident is unlikely to go anywhere in the upcoming days. The first week of March will be met with another disruptive snowstorm sweeping eastwards, which is set to bring more travel misery. Major airports in Chicago, New York, Boston and Philadelphia are expected to be affected, with heavy wet snow forecast to fall for 36 hours in some areas. Named Titan, the storm will travel from the west coast to the east, and is expected to affect more than 100 million people and strain already dwindling ice melting supplies in several regions. The ice storm is predicted to take over from the current one, bringing heavy rain in California. It will bring snow to roads in the Sierra Nevada mountains on Friday morning, before spreading into the Rockies, Montana and Wyoming. By Sunday and moving into Monday morning, the storm is expected to have hit the East Coast and will be at its heaviest. It is too early to say how deep the snow will be, but up to a foot could fall in some regions. The biggest concern, however, is the ice storm, which will bring a threat of significant, damaging ice accumulation to Ohio and the Mississippi Valley before shifting as far south as Tennessee, according to the Weather Channel. Titan will be created by drawing moist air from the Gulf of Mexico with cold air from the Midwest and Northeast, creating the perfect conditions for an ice storm. In a narrow swath, all or part of the storm will deliver snow that may be difficult to shovel and plow, due to its accumulation and weight, AccuWeather's chief meteorologist Elliot Abrams told AOL. While many areas will be impacted by the storm in the Midwest and East, we are not sure which areas will get hit the hardest with snow and ice just yet. The arrival of the storm will highlight contrasting conditions in the south and north where, over a distance of 100 miles, temperatures could range from the 60s and 70s to the 20s and 30s.